Here we are back again for another week on Flowworks, and I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit different this week. I've got a cold. I think it's a cold. It could be COVID, but I keep testing myself and I keep coming back negative. But yeah, anyway, we'll crack on. So we're going to come up with another abstract painting in Procreate. As I say, we're still in the process of moving, so it's a little bit tricky for me to do actual physical paintings at this stage, but let's see what we can come up with this week in Procreate. I'm going to go back to a square format as well, and we're going to keep this one really abstract. So we're going to start off with a new canvas, and my square canvas is 500mm by 500mm at 300 dpi, so we can reproduce this for print if we need to. We're going to start off with a new layer. We're straight into a new layer, and we're going to try as well some of the abstract brushes as well. Now these come pre-installed with Procreate, and you can create some interesting effects with these as well. So anyway, I'm going to carry on painting a digital painting. Probably going to do a bit more of a time lapse on this one, just to try and save my throat, because I feel as though my voice is going pretty rapidly. So we'll see how we get on with this. But yeah, just watch as I create it, and you can try and create sort of something similar.
Will the dark be ever gone? Will I make the dawn?
Okay, this is starting to come alive. I just want to quickly show you a new technique that I come across the other day. So I'm just going to take these alpha locks off. We're going to go right to the bottom of all the layers and we're going to create a new layer. And it's going to sit over the top of that background layer. Now what we can do is we can pick a colour, use like a texture tool. We can put our texture on that layer. And then I was playing about with the other day the liquify tools. Now down here you've got different types of liquify tools: push, 12 right, 12 left, pinch, etc. And what you can do is, you can just basically start to really adapt that background texture and create some real cool, funky, almost like acrylic pouring in the background. It is really, really effective. And the more and more that you just swirl it, the more it starts to create its own unique sort of pattern. It adds, just like an acrylic pour, all these different cells and different lines that interact with each other. So yeah, that was just one sort of technique that I wanted to show you. I am actually going to do a whole painting doing this swirl technique, just so it's like an acrylic pour but in a digital format. And with this push one as well, you can really adapt where you want that effect to sort of pull about, which is really, really cool. And then again, if that is a little bit too harsh, we can sort of go into the different layer effects and play about with. Now that's really interesting. Colour burn is really nice. It's picked up on the different colours that are sort of sitting over the top of it and burning it into that background, which I do really like. And then I bet if you play with liquify again, you can really make that come alive even more. Yeah, the only thing that I don't like about this at the minute is this sort of section here. So I'm going to get the erase tool and I'm just going to try and take that out, but with you want that on an airbrush really, soft brush, nice and big. Just sort of take out sections of that where you don't want it to sort of show. There you have it, this week's Flowworks, a digital painting, and I introduced that new technique at the end to sort of get that acrylic pouring technique to go, but in a digital format. Next week we're probably just going to do an acrylic pour, but just all in digital format. As I say, once again, thank you very much everybody that's subscribed recently, and I'm really sorry that I can't actually do physical paintings at the moment due to the move, but that will sort of resume once I've got everything set up. But yeah, it might be a few more weeks of digital art, but as I say, you can still create some amazing digital art for your wall. This one I'm really happy with, got some great contrasting colours, and I just worked on a number of different layers and building them up, overlaying them. I tend to have sort of one layer with all these streaky lines going on, but yeah, you can sort of create your own little effects, own little world, and there you have it. That is the end result. I especially love this really light teal colour that sort of comes through, and adding in hints of that teal colour throughout, and then this beige goldy colour that's sort of introduced throughout the piece. I think really sort of adds to it. You can sort of zoom in and take a look around for yourself, but I didn't explain too much on this video this week just to try and save my voice. As I say, I'm feeling quite ropey at the minute, but I just wanted to share this digital piece with you this week, which I hope you like it. So please give this one a thumbs up if you do like it, or a thumbs down if you do not like this. And also place your comments down below. Have you also given digital art a go? If you haven't, then I suggest, yeah, you give it a go, and you'll be really surprised what you can achieve on the iPad Pro using the Apple Pencil. Have a great week, and I'll see you in next week's Flowworks video. But until then YouTube is suggesting your next video to watch right here.
I know it now, I'll show you how to be better.